Imagine a remote, desolate Texas highway on a sweltering summer day. The air is thick with tension, the kind you can't quite explain but feel in your bones. A rusted chainsaw roars in the distance, and the faint sound of screams cuts through the air. This is the world of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, a 2003 remake of Tobe Hooper's 1974 classic that redefined the horror genre. Directed by Marcus Nispel and produced by Michael Bay, this film brings a grittier, more visceral interpretation of the original nightmare. It thrusts viewers into an unrelenting world of terror, fear, and depravity. With its hyper-realistic visuals and gut-wrenching sequences, the film delves deep into the darkest recesses of the human psyche. Our story begins with a group of young friends traveling through rural Texas in 1973. They're on their way to a concert, carefree and full of life. There's Aaron, played by Jessica Biel, the strong, resourceful protagonist. Kemper, her loving boyfriend, is played by Eric Balfour. Alongside them are Morgan, Jonathan Tucker, the jokester Andy, Mike Vogel, and the free-spirited Pepper, Erica Learson. The group is young, vibrant, and full of dreams, a perfect setup for their impending descent into horror. Their road trip takes a sinister turn when they pick up a distressed hitchhiker, a young woman who seems traumatized and barely coherent. As the group tries to help her, she begins to unravel, muttering cryptic warnings about something terrible in the nearby town. The tension builds to a fever pitch when, without warning, she pulls out a gun and ends her life right in front of them. The suddenness of the act leaves the group stunned and terrified, a harbinger of the horrors to come. Desperate and shaken, they decide to report the incident to the authorities. Their search leads them to a desolate gas station where they encounter a peculiar old woman. She directs them to a remote farmhouse where they can supposedly find the local sheriff. What seems like a straightforward errand becomes the beginning of their nightmare. As the group ventures deeper into the Texas backcountry, they arrive at the eerie, decaying home of the Hewitt family. It's a place that oozes menace, a house filled with strange artifacts, animal bones, and a sense of unspeakable dread. Unbeknownst to the group, they've just walked into the lair of one of cinema's most iconic monsters, Leatherface. Leatherface, played with terrifying physicality by Andrew Briniarski, is a hulking, grotesque figure who wields his infamous chainsaw with deadly precision. His mask, fashioned from the flesh of his victims, is a chilling testament to the horrors that lie within the house. He is both terrifying and tragic, a product of his twisted upbringing and the brutal environment he inhabits. One by one, the group is picked off by Leatherface and the deranged members of the Hewitt family. Each death is more gruesome than the last, with the film sparing no detail in its depiction of violence and despair. The tension is unrelenting as Erin and her friends fight desperately for their lives, navigating a labyrinth of horrors that includes torture chambers, meat hooks, and walls lined with macabre trophies. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre isn't just about gore and carnage. Beneath the surface, it explores themes of survival, morality, and the fragility of humanity. Erin, in particular, emerges as a beacon of resilience. Her transformation from a carefree young woman to a hardened survivor is both heartbreaking and inspiring. She is forced to confront her own limits, making impossible choices to stay alive. The Hewitt family, meanwhile, is a grotesque parody of domestic life. Their sheriff Hoyt, R. Lee Ermey, a sadistic and manipulative figure who uses his position of authority to terrorize the group. The matriarch and other family members are equally deranged, each contributing to the horrific tapestry of their twisted existence. Together, they represent a complete breakdown of morality and decency, a family bound not by love, but by a shared depravity. The film's climax is a masterclass in tension and terror. Erin, the last survivor of her group, must face Leatherface in a final, desperate bid for freedom. The chase through the dark woods, the roar of the chainsaw, and the sheer determination of Erin create a visceral, edge-of-your-seat experience. In a moment of triumph and defiance, Erin not only escapes, but ensures that Leatherface and his family pay for their atrocities. As Erin drives away, battered and broken but alive, the audience is left to grapple with the horrors they've witnessed. The final scenes are haunting, a stark reminder of the brutality and randomness of the violence that unfolded. Yet, there's also a sense of catharsis, a testament to the human spirit's capacity to endure and overcome even the most unimaginable horrors. The film's impact, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003, is more than just a remake. It's a reimagining of a horror classic that stays true to its roots while amplifying the intensity and terror for a modern audience. It's a film that doesn't just aim to scare, it aims to disturb, to unsettle, and to provoke. With its raw performances, relentless pacing, and visceral visuals, it stands as a testament to the enduring power of horror cinema, at its core. The film is a journey into darkness, both external and internal. It forces its characters and its viewers to confront the fragility of civilization and the primal instincts that lie beneath the surface. It's a story about survival, about the choices we make when faced with impossible odds, and about the lengths we will go to protect ourselves and those we loved at SO. If you're brave enough to venture into the heart of Texas, if you're ready to face the terror of Leatherface and the Hewitt family, then buckle up. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, 2003, is a ride you won't soon forget. A relentless, horrifying descent into the depths of human depravity and the indomitable will to survive.